Good morning. Today in social studies, I'm asking for us to pull out our chapter comprehension pages and double checking that we are done with our chapter comprehension for chapter 14. Yesterday we had Grandparents' Day and I had people coming in and out. So some of us worked on it in class, some of us are having to work on it at home. We have this last section on one county's contribution. We did the first two sections in class the other day. Yesterday we were working on our own with one county's contribution, trenches and the mustard gas, the war ends. So those last pieces you need to make sure you have read on your own. Were there any questions about what you read? About questions about the chapter comprehension page, or are we feeling pretty good about it? Andrea?
Yes. Is mustard gas still an effect today?
They have other. Yeah, we have. I need people to stop with the side conversation. So the question was, is mustard gas still being used today? Tristan, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm not for sure on this, but I would assume that we have better gases that would be more effective.
So
I have a feeling it's not.
There is chemical warfare that people have tried to create to make themselves more powerful. It is not approved to use chemicals in war anymore because we've seen the drastic damages that chemicals can cause. So I know, when was it back? Beginning of April, maybe it was in March. There was a lot of concern that Putin was going to use chemical warfare in Ukraine, and people are saying that would be a war crime if he did that. So that mustard gas back then, it was new, and they didn't realize just how devastating it could be. So as time goes on, as people get a lot more nasty, they come up with these new horrible ways to hurt others because unfortunately people think these things up. But there are things in place, the Geneva Convention, we've got war crimes, we are trying to protect people against bad, horrible things like this. So they should not be using chemical warfare anymore. Does not mean that people aren't prepared to use it. Does not mean that people won't use those kinds of things. So the mustard gas specifically, I'm sure, like Tristan said, that we've developed newer, better as in more effective, and scary and sad, and really makes my heart hurt that people think of these new ways to hurt people. But yeah, people do think of the best ways to harm their enemy, which I'm super opposed to. It's just wrong on so many levels. But they do think up these things, but they are not supposed to be using them. Sometimes people will think up, what if the enemy uses this on us? We need to protect ourselves against it. So some people think up the big, bad, horrible so we can protect in case somebody else uses it. It would just be nice if we lived in a world where we could be at peace and not have to worry about the big, bad, nasty stuff people think of. But that's a good question. Yes, Edward.
They use mustard gas for training.
Do they use it for training? No.
They do.
Oh, they do?
Oh yeah.
My
dad
they use tear gas.
Tear gas. Yeah, not mustard gas, because that's would be wrong. They use tear gas so you know what it's like, because that doesn't have lasting effect. Yeah. Mustard gas has lasting effect that will kill you. Tear gas, it dissipates and goes away. So in police training, in military training, they do use tear gas on you. In police training, I know they use tasers on you, so you know what it feels like to be tased because you're going to be doing that to someone. They use tear gas so you know what that tear gas feels like, because again, it goes away and it doesn't have any lasting effect on you. But yeah, they don't use mustard gas in training. Any other questions about what you read about yesterday? Okay, so for today, so for tomorrow, you need to make sure. So check your chapter comprehension. Everybody should have their chapter comprehension page. I said pull it out to make sure you have it. Check to see if it is done. I do not want anybody coming to class tomorrow saying, oh, I didn't finish it. Oops. Nope, everybody is checking right now. Is it done? If it is not done, you are going to use class time today to work on that. Okay? For our project, I said we were doing a project. Wrong one. We are doing the investigation guide, that last part of our chapter. It's all about, I said we were going to be working on propaganda. So that last part of our chapter, the colored pages, I don't remember which color this chapter has. Is it purple? The purple pages. So starting on page 304, selling a war. You're going to see a lot of those propaganda posters that were used during World War I. And we talked about how propaganda posters try to persuade you. So they were trying to persuade people to be patriotic and to help support that war effort, either by joining the military or by doing things back home to support the war. So our investigation guide says you're going to choose one of the posters that you're going to read about. So you're going to read first. You're going to read the purple pages, then you're going to choose one poster to answer these questions. So there's a lot of posters in there in this section. Choose one. So you're going to read the whole section, decide which poster to choose. You're going to identify the target audience. Who are they trying to persuade? Is it one of the posters trying to get men to sign up for the military? Is it for women to help work in the factories to take the place of the men that are off working? Who are they trying to persuade? Think about the action the posters asking the audience to take. Next, you're going to check any boxes that describe persuasion strategies being used. Note, propaganda posters often use more than one strategy. They've got a bunch wrapped up into it, so check all the boxes that apply. So you're going to write the poster that you select, which page it's found on in this section, who the target audience is, what the action is that they're wanting people to take, and then we're going to look to see, was there name calling? Were they saying something negative about the enemy or the people opposite? Is there glittering generality? Were they using catchy phrases or songs where you go, ooh, that's something that I might repeat? Like that was a catchy phrase. What does it appeal to an audience's beliefs on or virtues? To be a good person, you need to do this. Emotional appeal. Does it inspire positive feelings? Does it make you go, oh yeah, I feel great, I want to do this? Does it inspire negative feelings? Oh my goodness, this is awful, I need to help stop this. Does it not make an argument with evidence? There's no evidence. They're just saying something. Oh, the German army is awful. They are the worst ever. We need to stop them. Is there any evidence saying the Germans are awful? No. So if they're saying something strong, but they don't have anything to prove it. Bandwagon implies that everyone is doing this. Join the army. Everybody's joining the army, and you're going to be left out if you don't join. Everybody is doing it. Implies that you will be left behind if you do not do this. Demonizing shows the opponent as evil or something to hate. So you can even just see some of these kind of inspire strong negative feelings, shows the opponent as evil or something to hate. They kind of go together. So you can see how some of these strategies are used with each other. So there could be multiple strategies. So you're going to check every one. that goes with your poster. So which persuasion strategies does this poster use the most? So when you look at the poster, which strategy comes to mind first? Do you think this poster is effective at getting the target audience to take action? Do you think people saw the poster and said, ooh, I want to do this now because they saw this poster? Explain why you think this poster is or is not effective. You might say, oh, it just looked ridiculous. It made this crazy, outlandish claim with no evidence. Why would people believe it? No, I don't think it would work. Or, yeah, it really made people feel strongly. And people are already upset about the war, and they were already ready to be manipulated and persuaded in this way. Here's our project. So you're going to think about these different strategies, and you're going to think about what's a cause that you want to promote. So what's a cause, and this isn't a silly cause, okay? This is something serious. What's something that you want to persuade people for? Maybe it's donating to the Humane Society or volunteering at the Humane Society for all those animals that are brought to the Humane Society. Maybe it's doing a fundraiser for Ukraine. Maybe it's doing collecting for the homeless shelter, doing a food drive. Think about a cause that you feel strongly about, that you want other people to feel strongly about, to help you with that cause. It should not be something like, I want to make this baseball team. People should want me to be on a baseball team. Okay, it needs to be something big and serious. So think about a cause that you want other people to support. Okay, I gave some examples. You could think of your own cause, but think of something big like that. Volunteering at the Humane Society, doing a fundraiser for Ukraine, doing a food drive for the homeless shelter. Think of something big and worthy, something that's a good cause to get people to support. You need to think about who's going to be your target audience. What emotions do you want to inspire? What action do you want your audience to take? What persuasion strategies will you use? Why will these strategies convince your audience to act as you want them to? Okay, and then you're going to create your own poster. I'm going to give you paper to make your own poster. I will let you pick a partner to work with. But first, we are making sure our chapter comprehension page is done. Then you are going to read. And then after you're done reading, you're going to come get the investigation guide to fill out the top part. And then, Scarlett, sit down. And then you can pick a partner and get your poster paper. Both names need to be on the back side of your poster. Okay, both names on the back side of your poster, and create your poster to try to persuade something for a noble cause. Something that's worthy. You can choose to work by yourself if you would like to do the poster on your own. You can choose to work with a partner. So it's no more than 2 people. Okay, so don't ask me, oh, but we want to make a group of 3. Oh, but let's make a group of 4. No. 2 people. Partner. Okay, are we clear? All right, so for my friends at home, we hope you are well. We hope to see you soon. Quick note, this poster will be due on Monday. Poster is due Monday. Chapter comprehension is due tomorrow. So if you have not finished chapter comprehension, that comes first, due tomorrow. Once we are done correcting chapter comprehension tomorrow, we'll use the rest of the time to work on your poster. So for my friends at home, we hope you are well and we hope to see you soon.